Welcome to a 30-minute full body workout that is part of a 4-class series. If this is a first class you're coming to, that's fine. Welcome. We'll totally have you. But know that there's a 10-minute, a 20-minute, 30-minute, and we will have a 40-minute. If you go to opc.me/challenge, we'll help hold you accountable to showing up for yourself. This is perfect for you if you are new to Pilates and you're building up your stamina, if you're coming back into your practice and you need to rebuild those foundations and that endurance. And also, if you've been doing Pilates for a long time and you're like, I got 30 minutes, let's go, Lesley.
Welcome to OnlinePilatesClasses.com, the most supportive Pilates-loving community across the globe. Enjoy new weekly classes from our amazing teachers. Download the OnlinePilatesClasses.com app today.
I'm Lesley Logan, co-founder of OnlinePilatesClasses.com, and I've been teaching Pilates since 2008. My favorite things to do is help people see the combinations of the exercises and how they work together and how they theme through, and also to celebrate your wins, to make Pilates accessible, not just in the length of time, but where you can do it. So thank you for doing this with me. Thank you for being here. Creating this series was something I wanted to do because I know that building up to full hour classes is really hard, and also not all of us have that time. And I'm a big fan of the more Pilates you do, the better. So I'd rather do less minutes and more days than more minutes and fewer days, right? So here we're going to get started in just a moment. The class is built off of those first two, and then we're going to add some more exercises to it. So again, if you're brand new to Pilates, make sure you check out the 10-minute one and build up. Also, again, if you go to opc.me/challenge, not only will help hold you accountable to showing up for yourself throughout this challenge, we'll also make it really easy for you to find all 4 classes in the challenge and the tutorials that go with each one. So if you are wanting to nerd out of a specific exercise and really go, how did you do that? What was it? You'll be able to find that there. Also, if you have questions, leave it in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit the notifications button so you do not miss my answers to your questions as we go live on Sundays at 9 a.m. Pacific time. If you have aha moments, wins, things you want to celebrate, drop those in. At OnlinePilatesClasses.com, we do that in our group every single day. It's really a lot of fun, and there's a lot of accountability and also feedback on form in there. But for this, I want to make sure that you still have access to someone celebrating you for showing up and doing the best you can. So make sure you let me know that you're doing this and how it's going in the comments below. Now, let's get started. We're going to do some footwork, 3 to 4 heavy springs. It is brave and courageous to replace any exercise I have for you today with something you can do if you can't do what I have planned out, okay? It's totally fine. So make sure your handles are where you have them, and let's lie on down. Balls of your feet on the foot bar. Take up space, and just for a second, notice how your body feels. Do you feel tight? Do you feel tired? What are you touching on this carriage? Because we're going to come back to laying down on this carriage, and we want to be able to compare ourselves to ourselves. Ready? 10 footwork on the toes. So you know the order if you've been doing this class or the other classes with me. It is toes, arches, heels, 10 of each, closing the spring each time. Whenever I say that, it's because I have to remind myself. Sometimes I start out really good, and then I miss a couple reps, right? And it's like, oh, come on, the good stuff is in closing the spring. And then come onto those arches, hug everything tight together, and we go out and in. Breathing into those lowest ribs, letting that heart sink down. Squeezing those legs tight, tight together. And then come in and onto those heels and push all the way out and pull it in. Pushing that inner heel into the bar, hugging those outer hips in. After 10 on the heels, remember, you want to feel the back of the legs working too. It's not about just the quads. In fact, it's not about them. Come onto the balls of your feet. Press out. Reach those heels under and lift them up. 5 of these. And we're not showing off how flexible your Achilles is. We're just hugging those heels towards each other, hugging those outer hips in. And then come all the way in. You can sit up and take your foot bar down, or if you have the ability to do it while you're lying down, that's great. Get it out of the way. Grab those handles, fingertips long and strong together. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lift the head, just maybe the legs up. The legs can go as high as you need them to go. Inhale, pump those arms, and exhale. So breathing deep into your lowest ribs in the back and not into your belly. If you want to know more about how to breathe in Pilates, I do have a video for you on that. But we're just Breathing in, trying to get wide with our lungs and not opening up the belly, because that means we have to let go of the abs to do that, and we need them to stay on for 30 minutes. One more cycle of breathing here. Let the arms lift up, legs come down, and sit on up. Let's go down to 2 springs. We're going to do coordination. So I like to get my headrest out of the way, because if we were doing other exercises, we need it out of the way after this. So it's fine to just put it down now and let your elbows be into the mat here. Fingers tight together. Curl the head and chest up. Then press the arms and legs out. Open, close the legs. Now the legs should feel like they're doing footwork, right? So lots of back of the leg working, outer hips, inner thighs. And the arms are pressing through the carriage, sort of like doing chest expansion, which is an exercise we are adding in today. One more. Amazing. All right, hook up these handles and then sit on up and come down to 1 spring. So we're going to sit crisscross applesauce into our shoulder rests, and then grab the handles in your hands, thumbs on the other side, and then you're going to bring your index finger and thumb together, elbows nice and wide. Push the feet down. So the feet push down, that turns on the outer hips, and you're trying not to lean too far forward, although if you're new to shave, you might be. And then it's tempting to do a tricep press, but that's not what we're doing. It's different than coordination. We are doing elbows nice and wide, so working our upper back in a different way. One more. Switch the cross, and then arms wide to the side. Inhale to open the arms. Exhale, reach them towards each other. I do not need your fingertips to touch. I need you to work your upper back. So the shoulders are working wide and wide, not pinching together back there. Last one. Awesome. Okay, we're adding in a swan prep here. So we're going to hook up those handles, and we'll put a second spring on. If you are like, Lesley, I know the big swan and you want to do it, go right ahead and do it. But just in case you're all building up, here we go. The big swan's also just complicated. Depending on the box you have, it might not be fun. So you want 2 springs on, and then you want to make sure your box is on the carriage. Some boxes hang off the front. That's going to feel a little unsteady, okay? So then you put your hands on the foot bar where it meets the frame, and then you get your shoulders over your wrists. Then spinning your inner thighs up just like we do for pull straps. What you'll do is you'll reach your tailbone towards your heels, so that will keep you out of your lower back. Work the extension through your upper back, and then keep working that extension as you lift the legs. And then you lift the chest. So the elbows bend so that my chest can go forward, but I'm not just doing push-ups here. It's just the arms are just bending and straightening to help the swan action happen. Last one. Awesome. So hopefully that was able to wake up your upper mid back. So as you take a spring off, so we're going down to 1 spring, when we do our pull straps, that's where you want your extension to be, not here in that lower back. So you lie on your stomach, shoulders at the edge of the box, hands slide up the straps, and then inner thighs up. Here we go. Pull those arms down and back, and then stand in those straps and see if you can pull your heart forward. Lower those arms down, and again, pull the arms down and back, heart forward, and lower. 2 more. Really working that upper back, and you should feel the hamstrings and inner thighs because they're supporting your legs, not your lower back. Then slide the hands down for your T-pull. Open the arms up, pull them back and up. Yep, work the up. That's going to help pull your chest up and forward so the extension doesn't come in from that lower back. I know your lower back can extend. I'm trying to reverse the curve of you sitting at a computer and your phone all day. Let your handles be hooked back up. Step off to the side. Add on a second spring for backstroke. So we're adding a new exercise in here before you go into our hamstring curls. So you want to take the handles, one in each hand behind your back, and then sit at the front edge of the box, and then lie back, all right, and make fists over your forehead here. Now we're gonna go straight up with the arms and the legs, open the arms and legs, so the carriage hasn't moved yet. Then we circle around, hold, so you're in that hundreds position, Open those collarbones, bend everything and go right into the next one. So there's no resting when you're curled in. It's just a second, like half a second beat to get you into the next one. If you want to take a moment, you take it out here and hold and hold and hold. One last one. Awesome. All right, drop those handles off. Stay on 2 springs, at least for this transition, and you sit on the box facing your straps. And then you're going to shorten your straps, or if you've got the double loops, you'll just use those shorter loops. Then pay attention to which strap is on top. Put the straps around your feet. Look at the strap that's on top. Slide your hips away from it. Turn towards that strap so that you can unwind. And then point your toes. Slide forward so your kneecaps are at the edge of the box. And then I usually do this on 1 spring, but 2 is where we're working towards, okay? Pivot bone down, knees up. Pull those feet towards your seat. Awesome. 5 here. And then 5 with the knees together or towards each other parallel, right? So the reality is that more women than men will have knee replacements, and it's not because of our hips, ladies. It's because of an imbalance of our hamstrings and hip flexors. Go ahead and slide those straps off. So hamstring curls are an incredible addition to your practice. Get rid of this box. We're going to go to our long stretch series. And last week's class, our 20-minute class, we added in the third part of Russian splits, and you're going to experience what that feels like in elephant here, okay? So sticky pad on, headrest up, extra spring on, so you should have 2 springs, foot bar up, okay? Hand, tan, very important how we set up. Foot, you're in a plank. And then stand on the balls of your feet, hug those heels together if you can, and push with your legs 5 times. So soft elbows, so arms are long but not locked, and legs are pushing the carriage. Awesome. Simultaneously, both knees down, and then get those balls of your feet into the carriage, heels into the shoulder rests. All the toes should be pulled to face your springs, and heart through your arms. Push the legs back. We talked about this in the 20-minute class, getting the hamstrings and the glutes to push this carriage out, not your arms. I know what your arms can do. Last one. All right, elephant. Heels down, head hangs, lift your ribs. Pull this foot bar apart and then dig the heels back and back. So it's tempting to look forward and work your neck the wrong way, or to put more than half the body weight into the legs. You want half in your arms. And now, as promised, we're going to do a single leg. So you take one leg back. So you can see how this is very similar to that third part of the Russian splits. So the leg that's back isn't just hanging out there, it's reaching while my carriage leg is reaching as well. So both legs working and waist lifting. One more. Whew. So we're not flattening our back out or going into some sort of down dog. Then other side. So lift your waist and pull. This leg that is reaching behind you does not have to be up that high. It can be actually quite low, wherever it allows you to reach from your center. Amazing. Step to the floor. Awesome. Here we go. Stomach massage. So you put your footwork springs on. So it's either 3 to 4 heavy springs, and then you have a seat. You want to be close to the front, but also that's going to depend on flexibility and your body type. So be closer than you probably want, but also are still able to lift up tall when you push out. So push the carriage out. On that first one, I find my extra lift. And then you do not have to close the spring here if that means it changes the height of your spine. Of course, we're working towards it, but let's not stress ourselves out, especially if you have any reason why that could be difficult, right? Let's push in only as much as we can be strong. Because when you're working from strength and not choreography, that's when we get change, right? So you take a spring off, so you're down to 3 springs. If you only have 3 springs on, you don't. Hands go back, push out, lower, lift, and in. Out. 3 more. So only going as low with those heels as you can keep them together. And then go on to 2 springs. Arms reach forward and you go out and in 3 times. And then you'll add that twist and reach and twist and reach. It's tempting to make the arms swing all the way around to do it. So make your spine do the twist. It's not about becoming an owl, right? Go ahead and hop off. Get your foot bar down out of the way. Head rest down. If you have a pole, you'll use it for your short box. We're going to put the short box on. And if you don't have a pole, don't worry. You'll hook your thumbs overhead. So here we go. Grab the strap. Place your feet into it. Flex those ankles. So really make sure the strap is here. It's key. If it's up at the toes, you're going to get hip flexors, okay? And we're going to start with the round back first. If you want to go into extension because that's part of your practice, that's great. I'll show you how to do that today. It's not necessary, okay? So you push the strap apart. You pull your waist back, you round back, and then you'd come up in a round shape without your legs sliding back and forth. If you're going into extension, those legs stay reaching. You extend over the box and you come back up in a round shape. Now, if you've only been doing Pilates on a reformer for a few weeks, I do not expect you to have an extension practice on the box. It could take you years. So be kind to yourself. Last one. I hear too many people who are like, I've been doing Pilates for several months and I can't do this, or even like a year and a half. I'm like, yeah, Joseph Pilates didn't even teach people some of these exercises until they've been doing Pilates for a year and a half. So you might not even need to know about it yet. Wrists long, hold your bar, hook your thumbs, arms are in your peripheral vision, push those legs apart, lean back and lift up. And again, lean back and lift up. So I'm looking at the tip of my nose so that this doesn't go into my neck. I'm not leaning with my head. You're just opening the front of your hips. Stand on the back of your legs. Woo. And then big side to side. And side to side. Last time each way. So it's not a twist and it's not going down. It's just up and over. Then we twist. So this is a new one. Twist. And you reach and you come up. Twist 2 long sides. So it's a tall back with a twist, not a round. And up and twist. One more time each way. Amazing. Stow your bar. Tree. Tree is like a single leg round back. So, but you also can oftentimes go back further because you've got your leg here. So we're going to bring this leg in, straighten and bend. And then walk up to the ankle, flex and point, pull your head to your knee and rock back. Hug your legs towards each other so this hip doesn't hike up. And then walk down your leg and then walk back up, okay? Now you can walk down and go into that extension or work towards it and then walk back up, or you just stay in that round shape. And when you come up, we're not flattening over the leg. We're in a round shape here. Awesome. When you grab that leg, it should feel like shave. So elbows nice and wide. Other side. Straighten and bend. And then walk up, flex and point. And then head to the knee. And walk down. And up. Whatever you did on the first side, you'll do on your second side. And you'll notice, if one side is a little smarter than the other, you can always do it extra on the side that needs it. All right, box and bar are going to go away. And we're going to set up kneeling facing our shoulder blocks for that chest expansion. So I've referenced it before, but maybe you didn't know the exercise. So you want your straps to be long, okay? Hook them up. And we're still on 2 springs here. Now, if you want to make this harder, you can hook your feet off the back edge here. But there's a lot to work on here. And even after doing this, I don't know, like 18 years at this point, maybe longer, I still do it up here because I can get more range and I can find the strength. So it's not about like just, punishing yourself, and harder is better. Harder is not always better. Just better is for you is better, right? So reach those knees down and towards each other, and then the hips over the knees. So they want to sit back here, move them forward, and then pull the arms back, a straight wrist, look both ways, and then look forward. And again, knuckles down, pull the arms back, look, right? The look, it's tempting, especially if you've got a tight spot in your neck, to tilt your chin up or down and just try to swivel your head. If you can't do the looks for any reason, you don't, right? One more time. Amazing. All right, we're going to add a third spring for our thigh stretch. So we will have our knees into those shoulder blocks working towards each other, and then you walk your hands up just a little bit more, and you get on that wow. So you should feel that hamstring curl that we did working in the back of the legs. Then look at the tip of your nose and hinge back at the knee, straight spine all the way up. And again, lean back and lift it up. And again, lean back, reach those knees down and towards each other. If you've got anything going with your knees that allows you to be on them, but this kind of is like, hug something between your legs. One last time. Awesome. Okay. So now what we're going to do is step off to the side, and we're going to go down to one spring. Okay. And then you're going to kneel like we've been doing. Now, I'm going to show you a prep version of this, and then we'll go into the full version depending on your level. So you want those toes pulled forward, right? Stand on the balls of your feet, heels back, hands are in front of your hips. Now you can just reach the arms forward and bend the arms back. Just serve a platter and get used to being up here on your knees without looking down. If you look down, you'll fall down. Okay. Otherwise, you reach those arms forward and you do 3 circles in each direction with the pinky side of your hand up the whole time. Woo! That's some good stuff. That is some good stuff. Okay, we're going to add a second spring on here. We're also going to add our extension straps on for some frogs and circles. These, sometimes people might be like, why didn't you put them in the 10-minute class? I love feet and straps. Well, they shouldn't feel easy. They shouldn't feel like a vacation. They should feel like a lot of inner thighs and hamstrings. And so to me, I wanted to add them in later when you had a bit more awareness and hopefully a little bit more advancement in your practice. Head rests up so you can feel that these should actually be work. Okay, so now lie on your back and then bring your feet into your straps. And if you don't feel those things, I want to know, because I want to talk about other exercises where you can find this strength. So when you get to frogs and circles, as you squeeze those heels together, push out and pull in, you should feel the efforts that you've done in the last 25 minutes, right? So squeeze those heels tight together and bend and straighten. So we don't have a stable platform like a foot bar. So we have to go in and on the same trajectory on our own, and then stay out there and do some circles. You can draw circles as big as your tailbone can stay down, so the pelvis isn't moving around. I don't worry so much that my straps hit my shoulder rest. I know a lot of people are like, should it hit that? It's reverse. What I want to hear is that they hit at the same time. If one was to hit then the other, it would let me know one of my legs is going rogue. Last one. And bend in. Okay. Take these straps off your feet, toss them in the well. Whew. Hello, inner thighs. And now we'll put the foot bar up, stay on those 2 springs, and come to your knee stretches. Now, in the 20-minute class, we got rid of the single leg knees off, and we went to just knees off. If you need to keep the single leg knee off as your practice, it is brave and courageous to honor your body, so please do. Wrists are straight, pull the foot bar apart, round your spine, and then push your inner heels back and feel those hamstrings, feel those inner thighs as you squeeze those legs together. 3 more, closing the springs each time. And then reverse the curve And out and in. Lift your waist. And then hold. Round your back again. Lift both knees simultaneously or go into the single leg knee off. We're going to do 8 knees off or 4 on each side. Close in the springs each time. Woo! All right, come down and add your springs for running and pelvic lift. So 3 or 4 springs, foot bar is up, headrest is up, lie on your back. And remember, on the beginning of class, I asked you to focus on how you felt. So you get to compare yourself right now to that how you felt like 27 minutes ago. And push out. One heel under, one heel up. So some will call this a cool down. I call it a check-in. So often we're so used to going to the next thing. And what I love is on the reformer, there are more things after this, but we can actually take a moment to pause. Pelvic lift, slide your feet wide on the foot bar, turn them out, lift your hips up. A moment to pause and reflect on, wow, when I started, I felt tight, I felt tired. Now I feel strong, or I feel energized, or, oh, I feel more even. 2 more. And roll it down. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to add on to our endings. Your foot bar is going to come down. You're going to go down to 1 spring. And you're going to stand on the carriage, okay? Then you're going to take 1 foot onto the frame, and you're going to heel toe out. And then, we ideally get to our shoulder rest, but only as far out as you actually feel strong in your legs. And I'm already like for example, I was already way open. So can I actually close it there? Yes. Okay. Arms wide. Push both legs apart. And then reach both legs down, squeeze them together. And push both legs apart and squeeze them together. And as the shoulders are wide on your back and out of your ears, it's not that one leg is reaching out and then pulling in. Both legs are pushing apart. Both legs are pulling in. 1 more. It's tempting to stick your tailbone out here. You're not tucking, but it is dropping down between your knees. Heel toe that leg in. Stand on the carriage, turn around, and then place your foot on the frame. Heel toe all the way out, and then go out and in. Soft elbows here. Nice straight wrists. It's funny what our arms and legs will do that keep us from being in our strength. 1 more. And then heel toe, all the way in. Whew. Nice. Awesome. Okay. Add a second spring on. Let's go to that front split stretch. Feet in to the shoulder rest. Place a ball of your foot on the foot bar, reach that heel back. And then you know this from the first time we did this together, you push with the back leg. You lift your heart up like you did in down stretch. I promise you, I love to theme the exercises together. Do you see how they all just build upon each other? Turn that foot down and reach. Big stretch out the side of the leg, but also working the outer hip of that back leg. And then hold. You can stick with that or lift your arms up, lift your chest up, and push that back leg out and in. And then reach your arms up, round forward, lower the knees down, and then bring the other foot on. Amazing. Reach that back leg back, lift the hip points up. Ooh, what a good stretch. Turn that heel down and reach it out. You know, it's not every day you can stretch the front of your hips like that. I love how we can build strength in Pilates and stretch at the same time. Stay in. If you're on the first side, lift your head and chest up. Push that back leg back. Lift those frontal hip points up. And then round your chest forward, grab the foot bar. All right, last thing together. So grab that pad. Russian splits, part 3. I'll teach you the first 2 parts. in next class, in the 40-minute one. But the back foot goes back first. Make sure the whole foot is on the foot bar. So my ball of my foot is on the vertical part and my heel's on the horizontal, and then heel in the crease. And then with the hips square, you push the legs out only as far on the splits as your hips can stay square while you round up and over your leg. Oh, hello, tree. Didn't we do this today? We did. And that single leg elephant too. Last one. So it's a nice closed chain tree. Always push the back foot on first. That way you're not like fishing around for a platform back there. Let the head hang and reach. It's tempting to unsquare your hips and pretend that you're doing these amazing splits, but I don't want to see that. I want to see square hips and only go out as far as you can with square hips. Last time. More is not always better. Sometimes it's just more. Front foot back, then back foot down. Oh my God, how do you feel? Drop in the comments below. Let me know. I want to know what your aha moments were, your wins were, how many times you've taken this class, and also your questions. If you go to opc.me/challenge, that's opc.me/challenge, remember, not only will you get accountability emails to help you progress from one class to the next, easy access to all the classes in this challenge, also ease of finding the exercise tutorials of each exercise I put in this class so you can nerd out and find them better. But there's some other goodies in there as well. Also, the questions you ask in the comments below, I will answer Sundays at 9 a.m. Pacific time. As an OPC member, those people in my membership group, they can ask questions in their members only group as much as they want, and I answer them every day. Plus, they can also get feedback on their form, so they have a personalized approach to an on-demand platform. So if you're wanting that, make sure that not only do you check out the fun challenge stuff we have at opc.me/challenge, but you can also go to onlinepilatesclasses.com/YouTube. You can become a member as a trial offer that's up there for you, and then see what it's like to have that personalized approach, tons of accountability and community, actual people who are doing the same class as you when you're doing it, and you feel like you're all in it together. It's a lot of fun. Thank you so, so much. Have an amazing day. There's a 40-minute class left in this challenge, so if you get used to doing 30 and you're ready for more, make sure you check it out and subscribe to this channel. Hit the notifications button so you never miss a video from us. Thank you. Have an amazing day.